Hello, everyone, and definitely we are looking at why Declan Rice is definitely the perfect man for the job. Why should Arsenal really sign Declan Rice, and why is he in the news for quite a long period of time? And why is everybody saying Declan Rice definitely needs to be at the club, Arsenal? With Arsenal trying their level best, putting in a few bids in, we're definitely going to be talking about why this is happening the way it is happening. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter, and make your point subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Kals, as we talk sport and as we talk everything that has Arsenal in it. We always try and give it to you straight as it comes in. Anyway, we're looking at why Declan Rice is regarded as one of the best football players and why Arsenal is very interested in Declan Rice, with even clubs coming in and Arsenal saying, even though you as a club, you're coming in, even though you are coming in, no matter what you're doing, whether you're a big club or small club, it doesn't matter how much you're putting in, we're also going to increase our bid. And also, we're going to be looking at why Arsenal has said no matter what comes, no matter what comes, no matter who is in this race, we are having Declan Rice. So, looking at how Arsenal ended the season, wasn't the best. You'll be remember that Arsenal ended the season at a sad note, I must say, despite the fact that number two, the position number two is not bad. Position number two isn't bad, but looking at the fact that winning was a big possibility, if it was a very big, if there was a big gap, big difference, big points difference, then there should have been a lot of jubilating. But Arsenal finished second, but the difference was very small, very tiny, and there should have been a chance for the club taking the trophy. Anyway, that's not the main focus. The main focus today is Declan Rice. As we told you, Declan Rice is definitely a very good one, very good football player, one who is definitely being looked at by a big number of clubs. So, and defense-wise, it's a very good defensive midfielder, a very perfect defensive midfielder, who's shown over time that he knows what he's doing, despite the fact that he's a defensive midfielder. He can play central midfield, and we've seen him in attacking midfield on rare occasions, but Indy's gone and scored. So he's sort of a versatile midfielder, he's sort of a versatile football player who, at any point in time when he has the ball, is definitely very ready, free to do anything that he wants with the ball, and that is definitely something that is quite good. You can see how things have been transpiring over time, how things have been going on. He's improved himself every other season. It's a change. Declan Rice, every other season he plays well, better every other season. So you can see how that has definitely helped him to build himself as a football player, and also build his name across the football world, with loads of clubs interested in him. Someone was asking me, Abu Kaus, what is the big reason as to why he's being hunted for by many clubs, what's so special about him? But if you've watched the games, definitely you can tell that Declan Rice is a very special talent, a very special football player, perfect football player, one that is very good when it comes to the defensive midfield. Looking at also why Arsenal need to sign Declan Rice, looking at the defensive midfield of Arsenal, looking at Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka has been linked to Bayern Munich, and not only has he been linked, it is reported that Granit Xhaka has already had talks with the management of Bayern Munich. Agents of Bayern Munich have had talks with Granit Xhaka, Thomas Tuchel likes Granit Xhaka and he wants Granit to go and play for Bayern Munich. And the fact that Mikel Arteta says that he can find a better option than Granit Xhaka, that definitely he's very okay with it. He's not even telling him to remain at the club or requesting him to remain. He's saying if you're ready to go, if you want to go, it's definitely absolutely okay. If you want to go, you can definitely go. And that's something that shows you the character that he's building at the club. In the times, when we go back to the times of Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson, football used to be like that. When a football player wants to go, they let him go. There's no talking him through, remain. If he shows that he's interested in a move away from the club, always, it means he's not going to perform to the maximum, the way you want him. So, the fact that that's how football was run that time, it brings a little bit of joy when we start seeing these things coming up again. And Mikel Arteta saying he will have nothing to do with Granit Xhaka if he decides to leave. It's not gonna force anything. It's not, which is most likely going to happen. Most likely going to happen. That's why a defensive midfielder is definitely needed, and that is Declan Rice. So if Declan Rice definitely moves to the club, Arsenal, it's going to be a brilliant move. It's going to be a very good one, and we hope that he can finalize this deal, and this will regard it as a deal that is done, sealed and confirmed, because first of all, he's chose Arsenal over Bayern Munich. Again, it comes to Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich was very interested in him. Also, Bayern Munich comes up and says, "I want Granit Xhaka. If I'm not having Granit Xhaka, I'm having Declan Rice." Actually, the first option was Declan Rice, and Declan Rice said, "No, you cannot have me. I'm not so interested. I want to play English Premier League. That's me." And after failed attempts, talks not going the way they wanted, Thomas Tuchel turns guns from West Ham with that price tag that increased from £100 million to £120 million for Declan Rice. He goes to Arsenal and says, "I'm going for Granit Xhaka." And also seeing £120 million for Declan Rice. Is it worth? Arsenal's transfer record is £72 million, Nicolas Pepe. So is it going to be quite easy for the club Arsenal to pay £120 million? First of all, they had a bid in that was rejected. Arsenal had a bid of £70 million that was rejected. Then £90 million, and that was rejected. Then Arsenal again had another bid, and that was a well-revised bid of £92 million, which was also rejected by West Ham. West Ham are saying that they want to pay 100. They want the amount of money they want from Declan Rice is 120 million. And looking at it at Declan Rice's not actually Declan Rice, looking at it at West Ham's side, if you're selling a football player, I can understand why they have put it quite high, his price quite high. Declan Rice is, when you talk about maybe top 5 midfielders in the Premier League, he's in there. Top 5 defensive midfielders, he's definitely in there. And if you've got 120 million pounds and you've got it off Declan Rice, which football player are you going to get for 120 million pounds? And it's not. The thing is, there are football players who are even maybe less than that, but they're not gonna want to come to West Ham. You're not going to get a top football player at West Ham. You're not gonna get a top talent at West Ham, because West Ham is mid-table finisher and 100 million pound football players. Do you think West Ham is going to go for? Do you think West Ham is? You think West Ham is gonna go for a football player like Moises Caicedo? Even though he goes for Moises Caicedo, it's going to be a bit complicated for Moises Caicedo to say yes, I'm going to West Ham. It's not going to snap. It's not going to say no to Arsenal and go to West Ham. It's definitely that is out, and it's not going to say no to Chelsea and is going there to West Ham. Maybe if he was promised game time at West Ham and he thought there would be no game time at Chelsea or Arsenal, then he would go to West Ham. But he's guaranteed game time 100%. He's guaranteed game time at every club that he goes to, and that's why it's definitely a bit complicated for West Ham to get a football player of the range, a football player in the caliber of Declan Rice. It's definitely very complicated, and that's why they're saying without 120 million pound, nobody's going to get Declan Rice. And I can understand it's going to be quite hard for them, quite complicated for them to replace Declan Rice. They can have 120 million pound, but that 120 million pound they could buy two football players that was 60 million pound, and that's quite great. That could definitely be good for them, but you're not going to compare them to the world class Declan Rice. So, and West Ham know how good their player is. That's why they are saying a lot of money is needed. We need a lot of money from Declan Rice, because Declan Rice is top talent. Declan Rice is a top football player. We need quite a lot of money. We're not going to replace him. We're going to struggle. And the fact that relegation is definitely knocking, and when you see what happened to Leicester City with relegation, nobody thought Leicester City would go for relegation. So you can see, everybody thought Leicester City everybody thought it would be a bit complicated for Leicester City to go to relegation. Even towards the end, we still thought Leicester City is not going to relegation. This is definitely not going to happen. There is no chance that Leicester City is going to go for relegation. But it comes in and quite understandable. Anyway, I think it's quite complicated and quite hard to take in, and also to understand that Leicester City is relegated. Quite a bit complicated. You can't figure it out, and that has sent a big message, to football clubs like West Ham about selling their football players. You mess up, then you could be in relegation. So I think it's definitely quite great. It's something that's quite good for them to think that way. But Arsenal is saying we definitely need Declan Rice, and we are paying whatsoever, whatever amount you want, we are ready to pay. 120 million pound, but that could just be tabloids. 120 million pound. I still have to say, Arsenal is not going to pay 120 million pound for Declan Rice, though he's a good football player. Arsenal are very well known for good negotiating negotiations, that they do their negotiations quite well. They're very good when it comes to negotiating. So we think it's going to be negotiated through, and they could up paying an amount. They could be paying an amount that is less than that. Otherwise, thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter, and make up and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out whatever. If that's what to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, right up here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu House. As I tell, thank you and goodbye for now.